parking for juniors if they had a job. Because my son had a job, and he was questioned, thinking they were just about to park there and show the board limits, and that was not the case. He had a job. And when I hear people saying they're having issues, and legitimate issues, and their kids have to work, and we have the spots, I think it's totally unfair that we do not do this any longer. Especially today's day and age, more so than when my son was going to school. Because people can't afford, families can't afford it, and I give her, this particular case, her a lot of credit, making her daughter responsible in her case, and there are other cases too. And I absolutely, if we have to change that policy or rescind it for a while, I think we should do what's right.
The only question, and it was an unintended consequence, I think, of having juniors park is, does that supplant a senior? So, granted, right now, the parking lot is empty. Don, what does the parking lot look like in April? It's pretty full, right?
Phil, the history, and I mentioned this, the history behind that, 8 years ago, because we had complaints from the neighbors, that may happen, that the juniors were walking out on the street. We had plenty of spots, that sort of stuff. Obviously, as you get into late April, May.
Yeah, but that's easy with an application process and having a deadline.
I don't agree with you, because my question is going to be, you know what, my kids go to Ward Melville High School. My son will turn 17 in November. He will have a senior license. He will not be able to park for a full year. He works. My daughter works. She had the same issue. It is what it is. The question really becomes, do seniors displace juniors then? So now is juniors be able to park? Because like my son will be a junior next year at Ward Melville.
The rule was seniors get first crack.
Oh, she's saying when seniors turn 18,
when they
like
turn 18 and they
April,
get
May, and they apply.
Well, if they know that, have a deadline in September. You know that you're gonna turn 18 in April. You still apply by September.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
If you get a car, yeah. That's not. You have to have a
and you reserve your spot.
And they get kicked out.
No, you reserve your spot in September.
We might never fill them.
Okay, but it was reserved. At least it was fair then.
Says that they can get it. That's what I'm concerned about. If
that
the
needs to be
junior's
fixed.
parents,
You're absolutely right.
it needs to be fixed because it sounds
One way or
like
the other.
from the documentation that the procedure, not policy, is that juniors blah 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 whatever we said.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like it's being followed. You know what I mean? So there's an inconsistency.
I agree. My question is, you know what? What happens then when we have enough seniors to take up every spot? Do the juniors then get kicked out?
Last first one in, last one out. Or last one in, first one out. That's something they have to know.
And
if that's what they really want. Yeah, but that's on the building level. I think has to decide on.
So they have a job, but now they can't do the job. I mean, there's unintended consequences.
But they have to know that up front.
Right. It has to be clear and concise, and it's not right now.
No, that has to be fixed for sure. There's no question.
And we've been doing it for 8 years.
Too many kids parking. That was.
And when you have a half-empty lot and a kid who has a job is told that she can't listen, and it's not going to affect my kid. She doesn't get hers till February. She takes her license. She's not driving to school in 4 more months.
That person that
I'm talking about other
why
kids.
they lost the job. Why don't they park on the street outside?
There's no parking signs all over out there.
I saw someone do it this morning.
It's
a walk far.
It's a walk.
Yeah.
Very tough to police who has a job and who doesn't have a job.
They show documentation.
But
they
then
show
again,
documentation on the
a father could own a business and say, okay, yeah, give this that you're working for me. A friend can own a business.
You're
and
right,
next
but
thing you know, no one's working.
But now we have kids. We have kids that are using fake. We have kids that are using fake permits that are in their cars right now.
I'm not happy to hear that.
No, it's there. I'm sure you're aware of it.
18 kids were should have in the back. They were going out of the back.
Right, because they're
it's a process.
He knows it is there.
It's a building level decision, and that's.
And honestly, he's following policy right now because policy says seniors only.
Well, the letter that we got is not. That's not what it says. And for 8 years, we have not done it that way.
Do you know how many spots we actually have for student parking?
Yes.
How many?
But that would know.
Yes. what happened last year, where it comes into play is when you get into May and early June, and the back is full, there are still 30 or 40 spots up front. So the kids were being directed to the front. We've tried to make a clear delineation between staff in front and the kids in the back. The kids, 17-year-olds, aren't the best of drivers. So when that happened, so it's clearly just the back being full and not moving to the front. Kenny made a decision that he didn't want what was happening at the end of the year. There were a couple of fender benders with some staff cars in front, things of that nature.
I understand that, they shouldn't be in the front, I get that, especially with the buses coming through. But right now, even now, if you look out that window, in the middle of the day, it's empty. There's no cars there.
What you do see during the year, the superintendent is saying, you'll see even the seniors, there are some seniors who still don't have their license yet, or still working on it. There's about 300 and something permits out right now. It would go up in a normal year up to almost 500 between 380 seniors and 2 and change. Low 200s on juniors.
It's the same thing with driver's ed though. You sign up, you get a spot, and if you don't sign up on that day, you don't get that spot. You have to wait for the next class. I mean, there's a way around it if you put it in writing and you make it a policy and you make it clear and concise, so that it doesn't hurt everybody. Because right now it's hurting kids.
Okay.
The other factor, just throw that in there, which, you get a lot of complaints in there about the traffic coming in. So, you eliminate.
You're still gonna have the mothers driving their kids in too.
Just let me say,
you
that
know
was
what?
part of the reasoning also.
waiting online and
You
blocking
take
the
almost
whole
200
thing.
cars out of the mix. Juniors usually have first period.
Numbers are gonna hit the high school next year, they're gonna be lower, right, and then you hit the high school next year.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, all right. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everyone.